When I was 30, um, when I stopped having a home to live in, that was what began to show me that I had an issue. I lived in my car for about 8 months. I mean, I'm 6'1", and I was living in a little Honda Accord. It wasn't comfortable by any means, but I thought that I was okay. I mean, I thought, hey, I mean, at least I have a car, and I was perfectly all right with living in my car as long as I had heroin. I I began to start trying to intentionally overdose, and eventually it worked, and that was what actually that's what actually made me seriously know that I needed help, because I mean, that never really sank in until I overdosed, and I woke up in the hospital not knowing what happened, and then thinking that, like, who do I think I am to take my own life away from my mother? My mother's given up. My mother never brought home a boyfriend because she didn't want me to think that she thought another man was more important than me. Like, my mother gave up literally everything in order for me to have the life that she believed I deserved. And so who am I to take that away from my mother? I mean, my mother's the most important woman that I'll probably ever have in my life. For me to just recklessly try to take my own life because I'm just too much of a coward to deal with life on life's terms, and holding on to something that happened to me as a kid and using that as an excuse to take my life away from my mother is wildly inappropriate. And I mean, thank God that I realized that. It took me a long time. I mean, I didn't realize that till I was 30 years old. My mother's been taking care of me since I was born, and I'm her only child. I mean, she just wanted, I feel like she thought, like a lot of people think, like, love is enough. If I just show him enough love, if I just do anything that I can, he should see that it's worth not using drugs. I mean, until she told me that I can no longer come home, until she told me that, listen, I understand that you're living in your car, but you're just not welcome here because I don't feel safe when you're in my house. Because she would go to sleep and I'd take her debit card and take most of her money. I thought it was okay if I left a couple $100. Felt like I was justified. As long as I didn't take everything from her, then I wasn't really being that bad of a child. Until she had the courage, or until she found whatever she found inside of herself to realize that she had to cut me off completely. I mean, she'd always answer the phone. She'd always talk to me. She'd always tell me she loves me and that she wants me to get better, but she just didn't understand. Like most people, I think, they just don't understand in what way to help somebody like me.